Hello, welcome back to Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. We're just gonna select our profile. We selected the game and now it's loading. We're at the main loading, or the main menu. We're gonna select continue, and we're gonna select the Great Plateau Tower, our previous save. I selected start, and the loading screen gives us little tips and tricks, and the first one says tips and tricks. Check this screen for hints that will surely aid you on your journey. The adventurous heart must never stop seeking knowledge. On our next tip, select A, so I'm going to select A. Aim controls. Some items, like bows, allow you to target things by tilting the entire Joy-Cons, or the entire Nintendo Switch. And the loading screen is done, and now we are greeted with the last sight we had when we were playing this game. We're standing next to the old man who promised us his cool paraglider in exchange for that orb, or whatever's hiding inside that. I'm looking through my telescope now. Whatever's hiding in that shrine, cave looking thing. Alright, so we're standing on top of a little cliff, and between us and where we need to be, it's about 500 yards away, and there's some bad guys to the... We could avoid these bad guys, but why would we avoid some bad guys? They look like 3 bokoblins. Oh, but there's another one standing on top of a watchtower. Let's go get him. Alright, I'm gonna activate my weapon, and it seems as if the bokoblin has noticed me. A question mark was above his head, and now it's an exclamation mark. He sounds a trumpet, and now they're all attacking me. He shoots an arrow. Another arrow was shot my way. Oh, they're ganging up on me now. They're shooting arrows, throwing rocks, and whacking at me with clubs. Oh, I've been hit. My weapon has been broken. I don't know what to do. Time to retreat. I'm retreating. I'm retreating back to where I came from. I only partially damaged one bokoblin. Those guys are tougher than they look. Let's see if I have any items in my inventory. I have a Boko Club, which I shall select and equip. And I have to eat. That noise is my heartbeat, I'm assuming. And it means that I'm below 1 heart. I'm very close to not making it. So I'm gonna have to eat some food. I'm gonna select a baked apple, and I'm gonna consume it. That brought my health up to 1 heart and a quarter. Now remember, we have 3 hearts, so that means my health is at a half. I have an apple in my inventory. I have 3 apples in my inventory and 5 Hylian shrooms. I'm gonna consume a couple Hylian shrooms to increase my health a little bit. I eat 1. I eat 2. 3 Hylian shrooms, and my health is now 2 hearts and 3/4 of a 1 heart. So we're doing pretty good. Alright, now we're back to the main screen, and I'm not gonna mess with those bokoblins over there. We're just gonna make our way to the shrine as we pass the old man. Yet again. Alright, Link is walking over a grass and sand, and he's about to walk right into a lake. And he's swimming in the lake. We're about halfway across the lake. This lake seems to be an old ruins, and it just seems like it was flooded. I'm guessing it looked like an old structure, a very, very, very old structure. 2 walls remain. Another wall is there, but it's not really much of a wall, no ceiling. And as we're approaching the cave, it says Oman Au Shrine. This shrine, let me try to describe it for you. It's yellow, it's glowing yellow, iridescent, warm color. It's snakes along its surface. It looks like the path of a snail. The path of a snake just worked its way around this thimble-like object. This shot glass. It looks like a wine glass without the bottom of it. And very foreign, alien-like markings on the side that are glowing yellow. It's a dark, very imposing monolithic-like structure, but it's not nearly as tall as the tower where we were at earlier. And it sounds like it's made out of metal. You hear me walking on its porch. And right in front of the porch is a little pedestal where I can put my Sheikah slate on, and it almost acts like a near field communication device, my Sheikah slate. Once I put it close to a pedestal, it'll activate some kind of motion on the pedestal, and it'll make the I'm pretty sure it'll make I'm assuming it'll make the door open to the cave, the shrine. We're gonna start calling these shrines. This shrine is a very warm yellow color. I activated the little platform thing, and it said Sheikah slate activated. A blue platform. The porch has activated. It says travel gate registered to map. Access granted. And it zooms into the front door. The front door opens up as fingers do in your hand. And now I have gained access inside the cave, the shrine. It looks like an elevator. As I walk into the elevator, I can examine it. And he turns around, faces the camera, and the platform he's standing on like blue fire, and it descended. Collecting ingredients. We're in a loading screen. There are many more ingredients than those used. That was a fast loading screen. He has descended into the shrine. We're inside a pretty wide open room. This is the Magnesis Trail, Alman Au Shrine. Before that, it says, "For those of you who step foot into this shrine, I offer you this trial." This room is about 40 meters by 40 meters. It's maybe 80 meters tall. It's very Spartan, very bare. It has weird drawings on the side that are very alien and foreign. All of these have a very tribal-like appearance to them. All of the designs and the markings of this game very primitive appearance to them. But this room is enormous, and I'm walking towards a pedestal on the side that has a stalactite. There's two types of pedestals that I've noticed so far. The pedestals that don't resemble a stalactite and a stalagmite, and those that do resemble a stalactite and a stalagmite. And these seem to be the best. The ones that have a little eyeball on top or on the very bottom of the growth from the top of the what is this? It's just there. It's a stalactite on top of a wall or of a ceiling. Yeah, and it just grows down, but there's a little gap between the bottom, and that's a stalagmite. I might be having these names confused, but we're gonna examine this pedestal. It's orange. Sheikah slate authenticated, distilling rune. The stalactite has become blue. It has, I don't know what kind of drawings on it, and then a blue tear falls from it right onto our Sheikah slate. Magnesis. Manipulate metallic objects using magnetism. Grab onto metallic objects using the magnetic energy that pours forth from the magnesis rune. Objects held in the magnetic snare can be lifted up and moved freely. Rune extracted. And we return our Sheikah slate. Use rune. Use selected rune from your Sheikah slate using the L button on our Joy-Cons. It's very interesting. So to describe these things, I might have to make a whole another video to describe certain elements of the game, just so we can keep the pace of the game going, or else we could spend all day describing things. Alright, so if we hold the up button on our, as I just did, if we hold our up button on our D-pad, it lets us select our new power, our new rune. I believe that's what we're calling it in this game. Let me check our menu. I look at the map. I hit the L button to look at our runes, and that's what they're calling it. Magnesis is a rune. So I'm gonna activate Magnesis by triggering the L button, and I'm gonna activate it. Once I activate Magnesis, the entire room has a grid pattern, a parallel grid pattern of sorts, but not quite a grid. It's very unique. Very parallel lines, but they're always going up and down on the screen. This and the cursor always, once it highlights something metal, because this is a magnesis after all, it has to be a metal object. It goes from being a bright red into a cautionary yellow. So that means we can highlight it, and we're gonna activate it by triggering the A button. And we're able to levitate and control anything. We're almost like Magneto with this thing. I'm gonna pick this sucker up, and it is now floating almost as tall as the room is. This wide metal object that was on the ground has revealed a secret passageway. Not so much a secret. I'm gonna let it go while it is. I'm gonna deactivate the magnesis while it is still. While this metal object is still 40 feet in the air. And that's the noise that it made once it hit the ground. And there's two metal objects covering the entryway. I'm gonna just activate the magnesis again. Get some noise going. And we hopped right into the hole, and I landed right in some water. And I'm swimming. I see we're about to approach a little landing over here. And there's some steps. And right in front of me are 12 stone blocks. Oh, I'm wrong. One of those blocks seems to be metal. I'm gonna activate my magnesis and move it out of the way. And I just did that, and I'm right behind those blocks. Thank God I'm paying attention. There's a robot right behind these blocks, and he looks a little angry. I climb the blocks, and the robot immediately begins to approach me. His eyes are glowing, and he shoots a laser cannon. That was fast. I had to move out of the way. I'm gonna climb the block, and I'm going to try to destroy him as soon as I can. And I'll describe everything after the battle. I'm gonna climb the stone. I pull out my Boko club. He's tracking me. And I pull out my shield just in time to stop the blast from his laser. I move out of the way of his eye laser. His eye laser hit a direct strike on my Boko shield. And it said my Boko shield is badly damaged. That one missed. Next strike, I'm gonna attack. Oh, I striked him 3 times and he exploded. A new item? Ancient spring. A spring used in ancient machinery. It is light and buoyant enough to float on water. And no matter how many times it's compressed, it never loses tension. Ancient screw. A screw used in ancient machinery. It's made of an unknown material, and no matter how many times it's turned, its threads never seem to show signs of wear. Pretty awesome technology. Alright, we're gonna climb these steps and get out from, because we fell off of a platform. And now we're back on the platform where the machine was. And we're gonna cross a metal bridge. And now we've reached a gap. And I suspect we could use that metal bridge as, if we use our magnesis, which I am using our magnesis. We use our magnesis to make a new bridge, just as I thought. I look to my left and I see a little treasure chest. I highlight it with my magnesis and bring it over a little closer so I can get the treasure. It's a little too far for me to reach. I open it. Traveler's bow. A small bow used by travelers for protection. It doesn't do a lot of damage, but it can be used to attack foes from a distance. Well, that's always useful. Attack with bow. Equip the bow to attack enemies from afar. Draw bow with ZR and then release fire. You will release the ZR. Sounds good to know. And this is what it sounds like when I equip the bow. And that's what it sounds like when I draw that bad boy. No, I have no arrows. What about a bow with no arrows? Alright, in front of me stands two massive metal doors. Pretty sure if I use my magnesis to open them, we'll be greeted with something. Alright, I entered that room and we are looking right at a figure of a man who is in the lotus position. His hands, actually just his fingers are touching. He seems to be meditating. He's on a pedestal that's about 4 feet tall, 4 feet square, and surrounding him is a blue energy-like force field that's radiating light blue in a very ornately decorated room. And all the floor is stone, as you can hear. And I'm walking up to him, and let's examine it. Link touches the blue eye, and the blue force field shatters, and he says, "You have proven to possess the resolve of a true hero." As the camera zooms in, "I am Oman Au, the creator of this trial. I am a humble monk, blessed with the sight of Goddess Hylia, and dedicated." So I missed a lot of words. "With your arrival, my duty is now fulfilled. In the name of Goddess Hylia, allow me to bestow this gift upon you. Please accept this spirit orb." A black, translucent object flies out of the monk's hand and into Link's chest. And now we've gained a spirit orb, a symbol of courage given those who have overcome the challenges of a shrine. And now I should say, Link looked awfully surprised when that spirit orb flew into his chest. And we now have a spirit orb in our inventory. Our hearts have been filled. May the goddess smile upon you. And the monk disintegrates into a natural green, emerald green mist that just disappeared. Cold water. Swimming in cold water will lower your body heat and cause you to take damage. Cooked food with special garbs. I almost read it all. I seem to have left the shrine, and the old man appears flying out of nowhere. It seems you managed to get your hands on a spirit orb. Well done. How did you know? I'm gonna say. Clairvoyance. Oh, or perhaps just something similar. No, I should mention at this time that it's getting a little dark in the game world. I'm guessing it's either sunset or the sun's about to rise, because I don't know how long I was in that cave for, or in that shrine. The old man says, "As one gets older, it can become more difficult to see what is right before one's own eyes. However, that which was once hidden from view can often be crystal clear. But perhaps that is not true for everyone. Oh, oh. the appearance of those towers, and the awakening of this shrine. It's all connected to that Sheikah slate you carry on your hip there. And the camera zooms into the Sheikah slate Link has on his hip. And my reply is going to be, "What do you mean?"
Oh.
The old man says, It has been quite some time since I have seen that Sheikah slate. Long ago, a highly advanced tribe known as the Sheikah inhabited these lands. The great power of their wisdom saved this kingdom time and time again. But their ancient technology disappeared long ago, or so it is said. It is interesting, however, to think how something like that survived all this time, hidden away in a shrine. These shrines are tucked away in numerous places all across this land. On this plateau alone, I believe there are still 3 more. Bring me the treasures from each of those shrines, and I will give you my paraglider. That wasn't a deal, Link is gonna say. Oh, well, I suppose I changed my mind. I'm sure that won't be a problem for a young go-getter like you. Since I'm feeling generous, I will also teach you a trick for finding shrines. It's always best to survey the area by looking around from a high point. Let's see here. How about you make your way to the top of that tower again? Are you joking? I'm gonna reply. The old man says, Oh, I am afraid not, but do not worry. I have another little trick to share with you for your effort. Take a look at the map on your Sheikah slate.
Oh.
See those blue icons? He's referencing the blue tower that I climbed, or the blue tower that I had to descend. And there's another blue icon that's the cave where where the game started. And there's another blue icon, a square, that was the shrine I was just in. You can travel instantly to any of those places with your Sheikah slate. The old man's lantern is now on. I think it's officially nighttime. And every time you hear something that sounds like a tin can, I believe that's the old man's lantern swinging about. Or so I heard quite some time ago. I don't know if it actually works as such, said the old man. Updated Isolated Plateau Adventure Log. The old man is now left me to my own devices. I can now control Link. Alright, so now the old man has told us that there are 3 more shrines, just like the one we have completed, and we actually got a cool new superpower from this shrine, the Magnesis. Something else I should say about this shrine is the yellow has become blue, and there's blue. The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild icon is on top of it, on top of the shrine glowing blue. But alright, let's make our way and search for a couple more shrines. He said it'd be a good idea to make our way to the top of that of the tower we just came from, but I have a sneaking suspicion I know where a couple shrines are. There seems to be some bats with one eyes following me. I just fell in some water. Those bats are still following me as I cross grass that's about waist high. bats are still gaining on me. I'm gonna try to attack them. I seem to attack them twice with one strike of the Boko Bat. And a new item. Keese wings. Keese wings? Keese wings. The wing of a keese. It's covered with very short, sharp fur. It's not much use by itself, but you can mix it with critters to make something useful. Keese wing. I think I scared those birds away. This game has great mechanics. I'm following this little ancient path that's not very well maintained. Whew, so much walking. You know what? The old man was right. I might have to activate that transportation device. Let's see if we can open up our map. And we're gonna see if we can travel instantaneously to the Great Plateau Tower. And as I selected on my map, it lets me travel by selecting the A button. And then menu comes, travel is the only option I would like to select here. The only option is cancel. So it's cancel, travel, and I'm gonna travel. Link's body became something that I would describe as blue spaghetti. And that blue spaghetti went into the sky and disappeared. We're at the Zelda loading screen, and now we're at the Great Plateau Tower. The blue spaghetti reconstitutes to form Zelda or Link. Oh, the old man's up here already. Let me just talk to him, figure out how he did it. Well, you certainly took your time. Did you forget how to travel instantly? He asked me, and I'm going to reply, no, I remember. Now then, I wanted you to join me up here so you could use this as a vantage point to search for shrines. Did you know about the scope on your Sheikah slate? Look through it and you can stick a pin anywhere you'd like to mark on the map. The scope and pins. View distant things and mark them with pins. Press down, or press into your right joystick on your Joy-Con, and you can place a pin by pressing A. The pins on your map serve as reference points for your travels. Just stick a pin anywhere you're interested in. And I'm gonna say, how do you know? Said the old man. Just a few tricks I've picked up after many, many years in the wild. You may take my advice or leave it. Go ahead and take a look if you feel inclined to do so. And I do feel inclined to do so. Old man. That's his name after all. And I can already see that this place is huge. I cannot stress this enough. The view from here is really something else. A 3D game like this really has never been made by Nintendo. Alright, but I do see a cave. I'm gonna look through my telescope, and I do see a shrine where I would like to go. I'm gonna mark it. So I marked that one. I also see another shrine that we need to get to. I'm gonna just mark that one as well. That one looks really hard. I see another shrine we got to get to. This one's on the top of a mountain. That one doesn't look that hard at all. And what, is that it? Yeah, there's only three more. All right, so the first shrine we're gonna go to is the first one I selected. This one is surrounded by ruins. Uh, I'm just gonna say they look like ancient Greek ruins. They just like all the walls were built out of stone, and most of the walls just collapsed. There are some oak trees surrounding that shrine, but behind it is a sheer cliff that there's no way I can climb down from. There's no way, and if I jump, I'm gonna die. So this entire place is surrounded by sheer cliff. So I'm guessing this is the starting area. Keep everything simple, because I'm telling you, everything you can see, everything that's not in the starting area, and it's scary big. I'm glad there's a starting area. All right, so we're gonna make our way down to the ruins. Oh man, I have to walk all the way down there somehow, because we are on top of a massive tower, and I'm gonna jump from the top of the tower down to the first little landing that they made for us. All right. And I'm just gonna keep hopping from landing to landing. Hopefully I'll make it all the way down. Made it. Alright, let me get my bearings. Oh, that's why they gave us those options to mark where to go to, so you can see on your mini map. And I'm walking down off away from the tower, off the little tower, little lump of earth they gave it back there. And now we're crossing. I guess this would have been like the main part of an old city or something, because the ground has been paved. We're crossing knee-high grass, and this is ankle-high grass. Alright, we're inside the ruins. That was quite a walk. Alright, let's go make our way to the shrine. Our camera pivots quickly over to what I thought was a broken down robot creature, but it's not. It's a huge version of the creature that we saw earlier in the shrine. And its eye is a whole lot bigger than the other one I conquered with just 3 swings of my Boko Club. I'm climbing one of these ruined walls, and I'm staring at the robot. He's attached to the ground. He looks like he was buried there, or maybe he wasn't buried there, I don't really know, but he looks like he's stuck. And there, we need to get our way on over. I'm walking on top of the ancient walls. Now I'm at a corner, and I see the shrine, and I'm gonna make my way directly to it. This shrine is inside. It's not inside a room because there's no wall, there's no ceiling, but this is, I'm assuming this is the only part of the ancient ruins that has 4 walls still. And I'm gonna look at the pedestal. And I have activated this shrine. When I activate the shrine, only half of it becomes blue, The top is an amber yellow, warning, caution yellow. Alright, now we're inside the elevator platform and we're going down. Loading screen. Time flies. Monsters thrive at nighttime, so as do other things that can make adventuring dangerous. If you're low on hearts at night, man, I gotta read these things a little faster. Alright, Link has descended into the shrine. Takes a couple steps forward. To you who set foot in the shrine, I am Ja Baij. In the name of Goddess Halia, I offer this trial. Bomb trial. Ja Baij Shrine. Alright, we're inside a room. I'm guessing 20 meters by 20 meters. 40 meters tall. This room, all of these rooms look like they've been tiled but the tiles are 10 feet by 10 feet. Just to guess, I don't even know. No idea. In the corner is another one of those stalactites, stalagmites, pedestal things I should examine. I place my Sheikah slate on the pedestal. Sheikah slate authenticated. Distilling rune. The stalactite glows blue. The eye collects all the something and it drips onto this tablet slate. And now remote bombs. Rune extracted. Remote bomb. A bomb that can be detonated remotely. The force of the blast can be used to damage monsters or destroy objects. They are both round and cube bombs, so use whichever best fits the situation. They returned our slate to us. Change runes. You can quickly switch runes. Press and hold the up button on the D-pad and switch using the right joystick on the right Joy-Con. All right, and you can think of runes as superpowers. I mean, because honestly, I don't know what else you would call it. It's a superpower. So I'm gonna activate my rune remote bomb. One of these bombs is round, and it allows the bomb to roll anywhere. Another one of these bombs is square, and this doesn't allow it to roll as easily, but I'm sure it'll still roll. Alright, so what we're presented with in this trial, in this particular shrine, is right in front of us are two cracked tiles. Remember I said this entire room is made out of tiles? Well, in front of us are two tiles that are cracked, and I suspect if we use these remote bombs, we will be able to blow them to Kingdom Come. I just activated the bomb. I don't know if I'm okay. And that noise is the bomb. It's blue, and it is it's about twice the size of Link's head, and it has some of the ancient patterns along its equator and its poles. And I'm gonna throw the bomb, and he did a double overhand throw, and the bomb bounced off the cracked tiles and rolled halfway to me. So that's kind of scary. Alright, so I'm gonna detonate the bomb by triggering the L button, and that destroyed the two cracked tiles. And now I walk through where the tiles were, and I make a right. This little room, hallway that I have just entered is very short. It is probably 10 feet tall, 10 meters tall. When all of the other rooms I've been in, besides the cave, the ceilings have been incredibly tall. I see two more broken tiles, and I'm gonna throw a bomb at them and detonate it. behind those tiles, I have found a treasure chest. Link unlocks it. And we found ourselves a Traveler's Claymore, which is a sword. A basic two-handed sword, often wielded by aspiring adventurers. Its immense weight can knock enemies' shields right out of their hands. This Claymore has increased my attack power from 4 to 10. I hope it doesn't break like the Boko Club did. Very, very sad seeing such a nice Boko Club broken. And as I leave that treasure chest, and it's pretty much just it's a T of the room is like a T, little hallway is like a T. On one side of the T, the top of the T, is a treasure chest. I just got it, and now I'm at the other side of the T, and we're looking at 2 more broken tiles. You know what that means. I broke them. And now we see a short ladder. Climb that one. And now, what are we looking at here? This is a floating platform. I pulled out a thing to blow up more tiles, and right across from the floating platform, how can I describe this? We're on two platforms, and between the 2 platforms is a floating platform. I have to get from one side to the other, but the other side had 6. These aren't even cracked tiles anymore. These are cracked blocks, and these blocks are huge. I couldn't climb them for anything, so I had to break them. But I had to make sure that I wasn't blown up. So I threw the bomb at the cracked wall, and I made it through. It's pretty much just like throwing a grenade at a wall, but you can't make it to the wall, if that makes any sense. Alright, so what are we looking at here? This room is huge. All of these rooms are huge, but this is probably the biggest one I've seen so far. I don't even know how to. We have a. Okay, it's a rectangle. It's a huge rectangle that comes right out of the side of a platform, and it on one side of the warehouse, they have a metal bomb, but I don't think it's activated. And they're just tossing it back and forth. But over here, there's nothing being tossed back and forth using the momentum generated by these huge rectangular blocks coming out of the ground at a 45-degree angle and coming to a sudden stop. So if you put something on the end of this enormous rectangular block, like a round bomb, it should fly all the way to the other side of the warehouse, because it comes to a sudden stop, and that momentum's got to go somewhere, and that ball's gonna take it. Let me tell you. So I'm standing on a little ledge, and this little ledge has a little like a chute. It has a chute where you can place a round bomb, and that's what I'm gonna do. And as soon as I place this round bomb into the chute, it's gonna be fed into this gargantuan rectangular block. And once it pulls back, like it just did, it's gonna push forward like it just did, and it's gonna launch the round bomb. And this is gonna happen very, very quickly. So I'm gonna, as soon as I drop the bomb, it's gonna be fed into the block, and it's gonna be launched, and I'm gonna have to detonate it to crack the tiles that are at the other side of the warehouse. I'm just gonna call this a warehouse because it's huge. So I'm gonna do it right. I'm gonna drop it. The bomb is waiting The bomb is on top of the gargantuan object. It's flying. And I just blew up a whole bunch of cracked stone blocks. And now I will go to where the damage was done. The ladder. And now we see a shrine with a blue force field. And we examine. He touches the blue eye, and the blue force field shatters. Your resourcefulness in overcoming this trial speaks to its promise of a hero. In the name of Goddess Hylia, I bestow upon you this spirit orb. The orb came from the monk's chest and entered Link's chest. Spirit orb. Got another one of those. May the goddess Hylia smile upon you. And the monk disintegrates into 100,000 green particles. Where's the fire? Is on the loading screen. When a wooden weapon or shield catches fire, you can extinguish it by unequipping the burning item. That's a nice tip. Alright. We're back where we came from. And looks like the fantastic, look at this. As soon as we're done with a shrine, it all becomes blue. Good to know. All of the snake-like patterns, they were all yellow, are now blue. Good to know. And right in front of the shrine, there was a buildup of craggly rocks. Let's see if we can use the bombs we just acquired to blow them up. I had to pause the game, guys. Something just happened, and I have to describe it in the best detail I can. Zombie skeletons just came out of the ground while I have this huge bomb on top of my head. I'm gonna try to destroy them. Let's see how it goes. I'm running away. I pulled out my Boko's club. The zombie skeleton, these guys jump from really far away and then come down bringing that club swinging. I'm gonna re-equip that awesome claymore, the Traveler's Claymore. I'm gonna select that weapon. See if I can cause some more damage this way. I'm gonna hit the ZL button, or the LZ button, so I can focus on one or the other. Every time you hear that noise, it means I'm focusing. And by focusing, I mean it just causes Link to target on one of our attackers. Just so you know, I'm backing away as they attack. Oh! I just got hit. I lost half a heart. Oh, I just got hit again. I lost another half a heart. I'm backing away as they attack so I can describe what I'm seeing. But I'm gonna attack these guys right now. Alright, I hit them. I hit each one once, and they disintegrated immediately. But their heads seem to still be alive. I'm spinning my claymore by holding down the Y button. I held my sword and I spun around like a tornado. And I struck them again. And I struck them again, and they still keep coming back. These skeletons their heads just keep coming back. I don't even know how to describe it. You cut the head off. Alright, so I just whacked its skeleton body into a million pieces, but its head just reconfigures everything. So maybe I have to destroy the head. That's exactly what it was. Once I destroyed the head, everything was much better. I'm gonna pick up the loot. A buckle shield. We can change shields. You can switch shields very easily by holding down the left button on the D-pad and switching using the right Joy-Con joystick. A Bokoblin Fang. Question mark. A new item. A Bokoblin Arm. This is a weapon? A skeletal arm that keeps moving even after it's severed from its body. It's kind of gross to strap it to your back, but it'll do in a pinch. It's old and fragile, so it's quick to break. Very interesting. And it's got a 5 attack power. A traveler sword. I'm just picking up everything I see. Bokoblin Fang, and Boko Club. You can't carry any more melee weapons. Melee weapons? That means that my inventory is full. Such a sad day. Alright, so let's get back to trying to blow up those rocks that were right in front of the shrine before those skeleton zombies came out of the ground. I don't know what they're called, so I'm calling them skeleton zombies. Alright, so I have a bomb over my head and I'm gonna double overhand throw it at the rock structure in front of the shrine. And I blew it up. It totally worked. Alright, so that's awesome. Oh, well, you look at the time. I've been talking for an entire hour. Alright, guys and gals. It's time for me to make my way out of here. And let's get some noise out of our man over here. See you guys.